Hi, my name is Cam. Happy New Year. Welcome to the Adventure to the Edge podcast.
Yeah, so the new Avatar movie came out recently, and I definitely want to go see it. That's going to be my next go to the movie theater and see it. We could go see it together.
Wait,
The
really?
new Avatar,
It came out?
the second one, yes.
I didn't know that. Oh, dude! In my mind, every time you say Avatar, I'm still on The Last Airbender, the cartoon.
The blue people.
Okay, the blue people. Yeah. Got it. Yeah, let's go see it together.
It definitely. It's so a couple of my athletes have seen it, and they say it's really good. So I'm like, all right. Then they said it's definitely better than the first one.
Okay,
so I'm like, let's go.
I was about to say, did they see the first one? When? How old are they?
So McKenna, I think she's like 14 or 15. So she's seen the first one. But I don't.
That's
they didn't see it.
She was born like a year before it came out, or something like that.
Yeah, well, that movie, and I think I've said this in the podcast before, but I'm going to say it again. The reason it's taken so long to come out a second time, or the second one to come out, is James Cameron, the director. He wanted to make sure that the technology was done well enough because he knew he was going to do it underwater. And he wanted to make sure that the technology was good enough to make it look like he wanted to. So he kind of had to wait until technology got to where it is now, and it's apparently very visually stunning. So,
dude, that's crazy. That's so crazy to just be like, you know what? We're going to wait for the future to happen, and then we'll film the movie.
Yeah, we need the technology to advance, but we'll definitely go see it. And there's a lot of good movies coming out too, just like anticipated movies and big movies in 2023. And this being a New Year's episode, we're going to be going over future stuff and stuff that happened over the year. So we're going to actually start off with future, more so here in the beginning. And then if you're here because of the game, we're doing that today as well. The poll off.
Yes, sir.
I feel like as far as the most anticipated movies coming out, I feel like a lot of ones coming out, it's like I almost made this list. And I'll run through a couple of them. I'm going to run through all of them very quickly and see if any of them make you excited. I know
a lot of them are probably going to make me excited, but we'll see.
Yeah. So it's a pretty nerdy combo coming out of lists. Not saying we're nerdy, but we're definitely nerdy.
We are.
Yeah. Come on, look at the spaceman back here. I mean, yeah, he lights up. I'm going to light him up in halfway through the episode just to, he kind of looks weird when he's lit up and in the lighting in here, but slowly and progressively changing the background every episode. I want something different is for as long as I can until my whole background is exactly where I want it to look like. Okay, so we got a new Ant-Man and Wasp into Quantumania, Creed 3, Shazam! Fury of the Gods, John Wick Chapter 4, Dungeons and Dragons movie with Chris Pine, the Super Mario Bros. Movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, Fast X, so I guess Fast 10, The Little Mermaid live action, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is an animated movie, Transformers Rise of the Beast, Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 1. So it's a Part 1 of Mission Impossible, which is crazy. Oppenheimer, which is going to be directed by Christopher Nolan, and the lead's going to be Cillian Murphy. Matt Damon's going to be in it, Emily Blunt, and Robert Downey Jr. The Marvels, Barbie with Margot Robbie and I said Robert. Not Robert Gosling. What is his first name? How come we always mess up his name on this podcast?
Ryan. It's Ryan.
I put Robert down. Ryan Gosling. What the heck? Dune Part 2, The Hunger Games, which I didn't know there could be another Hunger Games. The Hunger Games. It says The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I'm almost done here. Wonka with Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy.
Yeah. And Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So just a crazy list. Yeah.
So too many. No, I think personally, I was always a big Indiana Jones fan, so I'm excited to see how they redeem themselves from that terrible fourth movie that they put out. So,
is that the one with Shia LaBeouf?
Yep.
Okay. Where he survived a nuclear bomb by going into a porta potty? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah. That's I don't know. Just the whole story behind that movie was terrible. So I'm excited to see what they do with how old is Ford? What's his name?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. How old is he?
I think he's in his 70s.
Dude,
He's
Dude.
definitely up there, which
Dude,
is
not the time to do an Indiana Jones movie.
I'm
In
looking it
your
up.
70s?
I could be wrong. Probably wrong. Might be a little. Harrison Ford age. Oh, you're not even going to believe this. Are
Was
you
he
ready?
80? No
He's
shot.
80. He's 80.
That is insane.
That's really impressive. That's crazy. He was born in 1942. Wow.
Dude, he was born during World War II. What?
He doesn't look. That's insane. His films have grossed more than $5.4 billion in North America and more than $9.3 billion worldwide. That's unbelievable. So I was not over exaggerating. I was under exaggerating.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy. John Wick, Chapter 4. I'm super excited for him.
I haven't
My
seen a
roommate-
single John Wick.
My roommates, they were big John Wick people, and they made me watch all three of them. And so now they're just like, I don't want to say goofy because they're not goofy. They're action films. So like pretty much you expect what you're going to get.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of action, and it's Keanu Reeves going crazy.
I haven't seen any of them, and I know I need to see them. I haven't seen any of them, but Joe Rogan, when he was doing, he talks about when he was doing one of the fitness challenges that they were doing, where they were trying to burn as many calories against each other, essentially, and they were running like whoop straps.
Yeah.
He would just get on the treadmill and walk or run and work out, and he would just watch John Wick movies on repeat. That was his motivation builder. It's just something super intense. So
Yeah.
he would watch John Wick all the time, which is crazy.
It is.
I haven't seen it.
I really like them. And then all the Marvel stuff I'm pretty excited for. I still haven't seen Black Panther, so I got to go and watch that. But yeah, Thor or Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what I'm really excited for.
We were talking over at the gym about this with, I think it's just like, this is Christmas week, so it's kind of smaller classes. I think I had like 6 boys in the class, and a lot of them were pretty big Marvel fans. And I was like, the Marvel, since Endgame's been over, I'm just not nearly as excited as I used to be about a Marvel movie coming out. It's so saturated at this point. I definitely want to see them, but it's just so saturated. It's like, okay, where's the story even really at? You know what I mean? Besides with like Kang, I don't even know.
Yeah, it's because it's basically a full reset. So you're starting off at like Iron Man 1, Thor the first one, Captain America the first one, levels of like developing storylines. But the problem is they have so many characters that have their own movie that it's like you're getting Black Panther, you're getting Ant-Man, you're getting Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy, all of these Spider-Man, all of these individual characters are getting their own movie, which makes it feel like so much content. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings or whatever. When at the beginning of Marvel, which is kind of what this is, the second phase, at the beginning it was like 3 characters that they were developing.
Okay,
4,
no, I get that. No. Yeah, no, it's that you broke it down very well. No, it makes sense. And then they're going to add, they're adding more characters too.
Making a lot of money for them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they're adding more characters. There's
constantly
the shows. They're adding more. It's
Dude,
like,
I think that's my problem is the shows and how they interlace. So you have to watch all of this Marvel content to fully grasp every single thing that's happening, and it's way too much. It's way too much.
It's hard to keep up, and it just doesn't have the same draw to it as it did with the movies before Endgame. So I feel like they need to they got to figure out a way to kind of somehow get it back in line. It feels so just disjointed and out there. I don't know.
Well, I did hear somebody talking about it. It might have been us. It might have been another video or whatever. But Marvel has to kind of decide who they're going to cater these these movies for. Are they catering them to their original Marvel fans that were there in phase 1? Or are they going for the younger demographic and the younger generation that's now growing up with phase 5 or phase 6 movies?
Yeah.
And so I think that is kind of their struggle right now, my guess.
Yeah, I would definitely say the new I think the new Thor is a great example of what you just said, the God and Thunder, because if you look at the villain in that movie, and this is not going to be any spoilers, the villain's played by Christian Bale, and he's super dark, and he plays that character really well.
Yeah.
But it almost seems out of place in that movie because a lot of the other parts of that movie are very like bright and kiddish, and it's like, okay, we're super dark and over here, and then we've got kiddish over here, and all this going on. It's like, okay, who are we portraying this to? It was that movie was kind of an example of what you just said, I think.
Yeah. I think that villain could have been something really, really cool in that movie. I didn't like the way they I liked it for what they were going for, but I think they could have took it a different direction. And it would have been really, really cool.
Yeah. No, I mean, the two that are coming out, I'm excited about. Ant-Man, those movies are great. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I guess, the Marvels. There's 2 or 3. Yeah, but I mean, I'm excited about those two. But we could talk a whole episode on Marvel movies, which we might actually do now that I think about it. One of the ones that's coming out. Have you seen this isn't Marvel. This is DC now. Have you seen the Shazam movie?
Yes, I have. It was a long time ago, but not a long time ago. I guess it was 3-4 years ago. But yeah, I thought it was pretty funny and cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what they do with the second one. It's okay. It's not bad, but it was pretty cool. But the second one's coming out. We'll see how that goes. One movie on here that's I'm definitely interested in seeing. It's not usually the type of movies that I watch, but the Oppenheimer movie.
Yeah.
With Cillian Murphy as a lead for that and Christopher Nolan directing. It's going to be really intense, but I think that movie looks really cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen much about it, but I mean, Christopher Nolan's not going to miss. At this point, he's only going to do things that are going to do well. So I think I'm kind of excited for the Barbie movie. I like the way they're marketing it right now. I think it's really fun. It's really cool. And I think that one's going to be fairly successful.
Yeah, no, I want to see that movie with Robert Gosling. There was one episode before that. What movie? I can't remember what movie we were talking about. But you couldn't remember who it was. It was
Was it
I don't know.
The Big Short? Were we talking about that?
I don't know if it was The Big Short or what it was, but I remember you were trying to.
That.
Yeah, we don't know. He's just everywhere.
La La Land. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. And then Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Part 1. Why is it a Part 1? What the heck? It's just a big story, but Tom Cruise is still running around like crazy and being almost a thrill junkie. But
dude,
that's coming out.
I think he's almost crazier than Harrison Ford. Just the amount of movies he does and the amount of action movies he does.
Yeah, just banging my mic. Let me actually look at his age as well, because he's up there and he looks really good.
50s. That's my guess.
He looks really good. Let's type that age here. He is. What'd you say?
57.
Okay, I thought you said 50 for a second. He's 60 years old. Does not look 60.
My gosh, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
Dude, and he's doing like Mission Impossible movies, which they're like jumping off buildings, jumping out of planes, fighting each other. Like, unbelievable. I want to be doing stuff like that when I'm 60. Like, I get it. It's not like, it's not real. I get it. But like, some of that stuff is physically demanding that they have to do on set. And as a 60-year-old person, that would be a lot.
Well, he does a lot of his own stunts.
Yeah.
He's crazy. I mean, the one, did you ever see the video of him breaking his ankle jumping between buildings?
No, I haven't seen the video, but I've heard the story about it.
Don't watch the video. It's rough. He just was short on the jump and his legs extended up, and it was like, whoa. He's back at it, running around like crazy.
But that series of movies, Mission Impossible, I have not seen any of them. Really? None of them.
Oh, you should. They're pretty good. I enjoy them.
I don't have a problem with them. I just haven't like picked them up. And it's one of those things. They're so deep into it now. I just don't know if I even want to start.
Yeah, that's daunting.
That's how I feel with Fast and Furious. There's 10 of them, or the 10th one's coming out.
So and that's
I don't know if I want to start.
So my suggestion on both of those two. So Mission Impossible, if you were to watch Mission Impossible, you could get away with probably just watching, just like commit to the first 3. And then after that, if you're like, all right, I'm not really into them, then don't go any further. Because the first 3 are within a certain range. Maybe it's
They
because
set the
that's
tone.
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
I would say watch the first 3, and then as far as the Fast and the Furious goes, I would kind of say the same thing. Maybe the first 4 on that one. You gotta watch 4 movies. You just gotta start off with 4,
Dude,
Cole.
I was about to say that's like 8-9 hours of just straight whatever Fast and Furious is. So
Well, so yeah, the first one, the Fast. You haven't seen any of the Fast and Furiouses.
none, absolutely none.
All right, dude, you got to go watch the first one.
I
You have to.
understand. I understand the concepts of the film for the most part, and it does feel stupid to me. But I'm a fan of stupid movies. I will watch it, get into it.
You should at least watch the first one. So that's going to be
All
your
right.
task of
All
the
right.
movies on here, and then maybe you'll have a movie later on that I need to go watch.
You know what? How about this? How about I watch the first one and then I
Okay.
watch the 10th one, and then I'll
Terrible
judge.
idea. Well, that's a terrible. You're going to be like, here's the first one, and then you're going to get to the 9th one, and the Rock's just rubbed up with baby oil, throwing Vin Diesel through walls, and they're in space with cars and stuff. Like,
Yeah,
nah.
I know.
They get way more ridiculous later on. The beginning is more grounded and realistic. So
Yeah. I mean, when you have 10 movies, you got to go somewhere with them. You can't just have cars racing and fast garbage.
yeah. Well, the list of movies, there's obviously a bunch of good ones coming out. Not going to be able to see
Yeah.
them all, but then there's all these shows coming out, and the shows, just going into Marvel again. These are 2 I'm
Too many.
actually really excited
Already
about.
Too many, but go ahead.
Loki
Okay.
season 2 is coming out. Super
Okay.
stoked. And
Yeah.
you haven't watched Loki yet, have you?
I've seen one episode, and it wasn't that I didn't like stop watching it on purpose. I just didn't go back to it, but I need to finish it because I know
Was
a
that-
lot of people love it.
Was that recently when you watched it? Because I feel like we
No.
talked. Okay.
No.
Yeah, no. Loki season 2, and then Mandalorian season 3 is coming out as well. Have you watched The Mandalorian?
No, but I'm not as big of a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, no. So
I don't know.
The Mandalorian, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I feel like you can get into.
Okay.
Favreau does it, and it's really good.
Yeah.
It's even if you're not a Star Wars fan, The Mandalorian is really good.
I do like I know the characters and I understand all the storylines in Star Wars, so I wouldn't be blind going into it. So I'm sure I would definitely enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, and the most important thing, and it's starting January 23rd for us and for everyone around the world, is The Bachelor. Season something is coming out with
I don't
Zach
know, dude.
Shawcross. We will be
Is
watching.
that really his last name?
Zach Shawcross, I guess.
Man, that's a mouthful.
That's what came up when I was looking up.
Cross.
Yeah, I think it's so funny that his uncle is the dude
Yep.
that voices Gronk.
Patrick Burton.
And you can tell when he's talking. It's like,
Oh,
that
yeah.
it goes across. I guess it's probably his dad's brother or something. I would guess. I don't know. Maybe not. No, it would have to be his.
No, it'd have
His
to be his mom. His
Yeah,
mom's
his
brother.
mom. Yeah, different
Yeah.
last names. Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited as always so that we can all watch it together, watch the madness unfold. How many people watch The Bachelor now?
We'll
know?
look it up. We're on computers. Here we go.
Yeah.
We're our
Yeah.
own producers on this
We're
show.
doing,
We don't.
we're Googling today.
We're googling today. So, how many viewers? My googling skills are always fantastic.
I gotta go with like 4 mil.
My googling skills.
per
I type
episode.
in
4 mil.
questions into Google like a 60-year-old, and whenever I'm typing them in, and Lauren's watching me, she's like, why are you doing it that way?" I was like, "This is how I do it." Let's see. It's gonna be hard to probably find this. Definitely near the bottom. 10 million viewers watch Sean. Okay, so I mean, it's in the millions still.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the
I
millions.
guess live TV is still relevant.
21. I mean, 7.5. The
Okay.
Bachelor beat This Is Us in second place with NBC Dramas recording 1.8 rating with roughly 7.5 million viewers. So it's up there.
All right, fair enough.
Still relevant. We're not just the only crazy people watching that show
Woo!
for the drama that happens inside.
Comment
of it.
down below if you watch The Bachelor.
Yeah, we're on YouTube too. I was
That's
actually
right.
talking to my mom yesterday when I was driving home from work, and she listened to the Christmas episode, and we were talking about like the music and when I played violin, in the sense that I played some of that music, but I was like, I don't remember. And she was like, "Well, when are you gonna do a video version of it?" I was like, we're already doing it. And she's like, oh, I was like, yeah, there's a YouTube channel. And I was like, yeah, we're doing it on audio. So if you're on the audio version, there is now a YouTube channel that should be easier to get to now, because if you type in Adventure to the Edge on YouTube initially, because there was only 2 or 3 videos, now there's going to be 4. There's 4 up as of today. 5 if you're watching this one now, currently listen to it. So when on YouTube, when you make a new one, it's just harder to find it because there's not as many videos.
Yeah.
So you should be able to find it easier.
Rolling, it kind of,
yeah.
They're like, oh, you're a channel that wants to be a channel.
Yeah. When you just keep pumping out stuff and tagging it, it works pretty well. Squid Game season 2 is coming out.
I'm excited for this. I didn't know they were doing this until you sent me whatever, like some TV shows, and then I saw that. I was like, what? That's coming out? So that's sick.
What did they do for the second season?
I don't know. That's what I think they go back in time.
Okay. I just don't feel like can they can't do, you just have different games, I guess.
Well, I think they go back in time to maybe like the start of it.
Okay.
I hope.
Yeah.
That would be really cool. I think that would be super interesting. Like the very first one, you know?
I didn't even watch that show. I was told. Yep. So I will
What?
explain my reasoning.
Okay. No, you don't get to like comment on any of this now.
I'll explain my reasoning. It came out and I was like, okay, I'll maybe watch this. And then one of my athletes, I asked them about it and I was like, what is it about? What goes on? And they told me like the saddest story of the show, which I won't get into specifically. And I was like, I don't want to watch that.
They just ruined it, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I didn't watch it. So then I had that same person, because it was a one-on-one. I had him every week. They just explained the show and the ending to me. So
okay, well,
I know what happens and what kind of goes on. Yeah, I don't want to feel sad. Okay, that's the reason I didn't watch it.
Whatever. I will say I'm definitely a bandwagoner. Like, I think it was really good. A lot of people thought it was good, and I'm definitely on the bandwagon for it. So
on the bandwagon, and
I'm
then
excited, man. Do you know when it comes out specifically? Is it early or late, or does it even say?
And guess what? I'm on a computer
we're
and I can Google it. Yeah.
We're Googling today.
Squid Game season 2 release
Another
date.
podcast I listen to. They call it 2 guys on a computer because sometimes they're just sitting there Googling back and forth.
2 guys on a computer. Yeah. Well, so they do it. Do they do it over?
No, they're together, but they have laptops in their laps sometimes, and so they're like searching up stuff and talking about it while they're podcasting.
This one is not even release date. I don't know. It's not specifically telling.
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna watch it whenever it comes out.
Yeah, it's just telling me when it was confirmed that there's a second season. Yeah, so second season of that's coming out, and then your Succession show season 4 is coming out.
I'm beyond excited. I am beyond excited for season 4. Me and my friends are gonna watch it together. I'm so excited.
Did it end on like a cliffhanger, or was it like? Do you remember?
Siri, shut up. Sorry,
Siri, we're not crazy. Googling on you.
No, it ended on like a super intense moment.
Okay.
And so like, there's just, it's not even that it's unresolved, but there's like storylines that you need. I don't even know, because it's not unresolved, but you're just excited to see what happens next, because there's this really, really tense moment that happens, and then it's just over.
Maybe Lorna and I can start that and then get caught up by the time it comes out. But it comes out this spring. I don't know if we can.
Please, dude.
I don't know if we will be able to.
When I rewatched it recently, when I was sick over Thanksgiving break, it was just a 30-hour movie. I love it so much. But anyways, kids, check with your parents on that one.
Yeah,
that one's definitely an R-rated one. So
yeah, a little bit more intense for sure. And then just a couple of more just kind of mentions, like bigger shows. And when I was looking this stuff up, the amount of shows that are out there now, the just like all right, this is all. It was like I'm just scrolling for a minute to get to
Really?
the bottom. Yeah, it was unbelievable. So I'm sure there's other new shows coming out.
There's
or
plenty
seasons.
we're gonna miss. Yeah.
Shadow and Bones coming out in season 2.
What is that?
Oh, it's a good show. It's kind of along the lines of Avatar: The Last Airbender. Nah, that's not a good way of putting it. People have powers. There's fairies. There's different types of creatures essentially, and it's a whole thing. It's very fantasy, and it's pretty good. So season 2 comes out.
What's it on? Do you know? Netflix?
It's on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Netflix. You part 1 of the 4th season's coming out, which I haven't really watched that show, but I know a lot of people like it.
I've watched it. I think it's pretty good. I think it's kind of droning on a little bit too long for me.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna watch it and see what I think.
Gotcha. And Ahsoka is coming out. The Mandalorian, The Last of Us, which is a video game that I really enjoy, that's coming out. Which I feel like when you try to make video games come to life in a show or a movie, it can be really difficult. Because another one that got announced by Amazon, which Amazon obviously is gonna have to dip their toe into this and ruin it. I guarantee it. Is there's no way I just feel like they can't. There's no way they can do this as a live action movie. They're going to be doing a God of War season.
Yep,
show.
I knew you were going to say that.
It's like,
I knew you were going to
come
say
on.
that.
Yeah, my brother sent that to me, and the first thing he said, he goes, "How are they going to do the blades?" And it's like, yeah, exactly. There's no way to have a person with chains around their arms that swings a sword around. Like you can't do it. Like what? No. And if they do, and they do it well, then congratulations. But I just don't feel like it's going to.
They're going to try. They're really going to try.
Yeah, there's just no. What are you doing? We don't need that as a show. If you're going to do it as. I mean, it's. And what the other thing that's an issue with some of that stuff too is, okay, if you're going to do it, are they going to do it the same story as the game? And then it's like, oh, well, why don't I just play the game? Or are they going to do a different story and add to it? What do you do? I don't know.
That's weird. They're probably going to model after the Witcher TV show, but I haven't seen that, so I don't know what they do in that. But that's my guess.
Yeah.
Because it's really successful on Netflix right now, I believe. So
yeah. All right. It's game time. It is game time. I'm going to explain the game really quickly. I'm going to explain the game really quickly, and then I'm going to go plug in my dude. He's going to be the game time dude today when he's on. He's going to be game time is when the and so what we're doing here, if you don't know, or you might be here specifically just because of this, on Instagram this past week, I put up a poll of 10 questions, and of the 10 questions, they're all pretty basic. Everyone voted on them. So one of the questions is like, pick one as far as fries go: McDonald's fries, Arby's, Chick-fil-A. Or I can't remember the last one I put. There's 4 fries, and everyone voted. And as the polls are done, Lauren this morning, she made a little spreadsheet that essentially has the questions and the 4 options. And then on another tab, it has not the answers, but the most voted for and the least voted for, or the overall percentages.
Okay.
And you and I are going to try to pick which one was the most voted for and the least voted for.
Okay. So we're doing like Family Feud style.
Yes. So, but nothing in between doesn't count.
Nothing in the middle. Okay.
Nope. And then every single time you get one correct, you just get 1 point. So there's you can get upwards to 20 points, and at the end of it, someone wins. And if you're listening, you can play along. And these questions, the way that I wrote them up, I try to make sure the options didn't have like one blowout. Like that's definitely the choice.
Yeah.
And I've been asking them over at the gym, and let's just say this: if they're just similar,
cheating?
No.
I feel like that's cheating.
No, it's not, because it kind of is. But if it's anything similar to what people are voting for, it's going to be really, really hard, because I'm like, who's choosing these answers? These are supposed to be.
Like it's going to be hard. I voted early, so I was also a part of the audience. So I guess that's sort of cheating, maybe.
Yeah, you added your vote in.
Yeah, I did. But so I saw really, really early votes, and I was kind of baffled.
Oh, okay,
but
gotcha.
I have no idea. Like, I have no idea, because it was one of those deals where you could tell it was like 2 people had voted, or like 4 people had voted. So
you're gonna talk to yourself. Take over the podcast. I'm gonna plug my dude in.
What do I want to talk about? Brandon can't hear me either. I think we should play for stakes here. Let me know if you agree. I think the stakes should be pretty high.
Okay, if you're just listening, I just plugged in my my new background ornament here, which is my spaceman sitting on a moon eating a burger. It's very appropriate for these questions.
I was telling the audience that I think we should play for some steaks here.
Like actual steaks, like a steak dinner.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Here's the thing. I'm in. Winner buys.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of gift cards to a
loser buys. That's
loser
sorry.
buys.
Loser buys.
We could figure out. We're gonna do games like this
I'll do it.
consistently. So
on.
we'll do steaks next time. Here's another thing too.
All right.
Before we start this game, we're gonna have multiple
Whatever.
games like this, like every episode. I'm just skipping what you're saying. I'm sorry. I don't know what steaks to go for, and I don't want to commit to something on live podcasting and forget it. But we're gonna do our queso off. By the way, it's going down, and I think we should. If we're hanging out on Super Bowl, that's the perfect time to do it. If we have people over for Super Bowl, we'll do a queso off.
That is it.
Okay, here we go. First question. So the way you and I are going to do this. So I don't know these answers whatsoever. I don't know I know the questions, but I don't know the answers.
Somehow I just don't believe you yet, but we'll see.
I'm
always the skeptic. It's okay. I just want to set it up for when I lose that you were the cheater. Okay.
I did not cheat whatsoever.
Here we go.
I didn't want to. Okay, so we're going to do it question by question. So at the end we're done. We don't have to go back through it. So write yours down. All right. Yeah. Does that make sense? So
yeah, that's fair.
Okay. The first one, pick one meal, a Chick-fil-A any meal, Chipotle burrito or bowl, steak dinner of your choice, or Five Guys burgers and fries. So I'm going to write down my most and my least, or you can just say it. Or do you want to write it down? Or
Okay. I'm going to write it down first just so
Okay.
I have it. Okay.
I got you.
Here we go.
So the most, and then we can tally up our points that way easier. So
Okay.
writing it down.
That sounds good.
And then least.
All right. I got it.
All right. I have got mine as well. So what is your most and your least?
Okay. I think the most is Chick-fil-A. And
The
I think
most-
the least is Chipotle.
I put the same exact answers, and
really?
we're wrong. So
No. Did we get
Chick-fil-A was
one?
number one. No, we got one. Chick-fil-A was number
Okay.
one
Okay,
at
that's
40.
1 point though.
Yeah, 1 point. So Chick-fil-A was number one at 47%,
Wow, dude.
and number two was Chipotle with 20%. Number
Really?
three was steak dinner at 22, and the last one with 12% was Five Guys.
Huh? People picked Chipotle over Five Guys?
People pick Chipotle over a steak dinner.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm sorry. This isn't the steak dinner was number two. I had that backwards. Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That feels more right too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have 1 point.
We both have 1 point. All right.
Yeah, I picked I picked Five Guys on that one. So and it came in last. So that's sick.
I could actually go to my phone now and go back and look at some like who voted for what too. I'm gonna
Yeah,
call
you
some
can.
people out. I'm gonna go in there and call some people out. You be ready if we really got one that's bad here. Okay, pick one chip: regular Lay's, wavy Ruffles regular. Sorry, Cheetos regular, or Fritos regular. This one's trickier for sure.
Okay. I got my answer.
All right, go ahead.
I think Cheetos is number one and Ruffles is last.
All right, we voted different on this one. So
Okay, what do you got?
I voted Ruffles is number one and Fritos is last.
Wow.
And boom, I was right. All right, so 37% with
Oh,
wavy and 12% with Fritos. So I've got
dude, who eats Ruffles? Are you serious?
yeah, dude, Ruffles is where it's at. So the
Oh
order
my
that they came in
gosh.
was Ruffles 1, Lay's 2. They were very close. Ruffles was 37%, Lay's was 32%, and then Cheetos and then Fritos.
Dude, are you serious? They're plain potato chips. Why would you pick that over Cheetos?
I don't know, but I'm going to pull up who voted for Fritos real quick, and we're going to call them out. Who voted for Fritos?
How many people voted? Wait, what was the percent on Fritos?
Fritos was 12%. But the other funny thing is people that voted, they didn't know they're going to get called out. Maybe that's another thing we can do on here.
They really thought it was anonymous.
Yeah, it's not anonymous. I can see who votes for what. The other thing is actually it's going to help out to know how many people voted in general because I don't have that on here right now. Okay, let's go to the next one as I'm trying to do this at the same time. Archive. Boom. I found it. I can figure out how I can Instagram. All right. And the nice thing
Somehow
is
I
these are
don't
order.
believe that. You know.
All right. So here we go. Calling people out. 7 votes for Fritos. What?
Who voted for that?
I don't know, but in
Disgraceful.
total there was like 80 votes. That's pretty good.
That is good.
All right, where's some Fritos people? Oh, they're all. I'm not even gonna say that. I can't see all of them. Oh no, I can. I can scroll all over here. Fritos regular, 7 people. Oh man. All right, I'm just gonna have to let it. I'm gonna let it slide. I'm just gonna have to let it slide. Okay, here we go. Next one. Pick one cereal: Honey Nut Cheerios, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, or Frosted Flakes. Some of these are tricky for sure.
Say, what was the second one again?
Yeah, I should have actually sent you so you could visually see these. Sorry. Honey Nut Cheerios, Lucky Charms, Captain Crunch, or Frosted Flakes.
All right. I got mine.
I'm going for a swinger here. Okay. I'll go first this time. I put Lucky Charms and Captain Crunch.
Oh, I put Lucky Charms as number 1, and then I put Frosted Flakes for last.
You got 2 points. I got 1.
Let's go!
There you go.
Let's go! I'm back in it.
So Lucky Charms is number 1, and Frosted Flakes is last at 12% for Lucky Charm or for Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I mean, when your other options are those, yeah, they're just better. I picked Lucky Charms. I voted for Lucky Charms. So
Yeah, some of these I'm just picking I know what my favorite is.
what would you pick out of those 4?
Lucky Charms.
Yeah, it's just there's too elite. Although I will say, have you seen the Lucky Charms marshmallows only?
No.
Dude, that sounds terrible. I need that balance of like
Yeah.
a grain in the cereal and the marshmallows. Just eating basically pure sugar and milk sounds awful.
Yeah, I mean, you could if they added a little bit more marshmallows to Lucky Charms, I'd be fine with that. But you do need the. I think you do need the balance. I agree with that for sure. Okay, number 4. Pick one dessert: cheesecake, red velvet cake, any ice cream, or a brownie.
Okay, red velvet, brownie,
Any
ice cream,
and cheesecake.
cheesecake.
I'm really sorry. I should have sent these to you.
No, it's okay. It's all right.
This one, I think I'm going to get both of these wrong, to be honest.
I think I might get one right, but not. I feel like I might have the top, but not the last.
Well, here's the thing with the people that answered on the polls, there is a pretty wide range of ages as well. So so with that's something to take into account. So that'll get that's I think it's important for me to tell you that because most of the people that follow the page is sometimes it's parents and sometimes it's like 10, 11, 12-year-olds. All right.
Interesting.
Do you have your answers?
I've got brownie at the top
Okay.
and cheesecake I put last.
I put brownie and red velvet, and the answer is brownie and red velvet. Brownie is number 1. Red velvet is last. So I got 2. You got 1. Brownie was 35% at the top. Any ice cream was 30% second. Cheesecake was 20%, and then red velvet was 15%.
Interesting. Wait, cheesecake was what?
20.
Okay.
And then red velvet
tight.
was 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where are our points at? I've got 4.
1, 2, 3,
I think
4,
you have 5?
I have 6.
Oh,
I got 2 on that one.
Oh, no.
Take it away. Okay, here we go. Next question. Another chip one. I don't know. These are elevated chips, though. This is the bigger category of chips, or the more important one. This one's going to be, I don't know. We'll see. Doritos regular, Doritos Cool Ranch, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, or any type of barbecue chip.
Dude, this is just impossible. I don't.
Regular Doritos, Cool Ranch Doritos, Flamin' Hot Cheetos, or any type of barbecue chip. Ooh, I'm going to go with this at the top and then this at the bottom. I feel like I gave kind of a nugget in there of one that's easy. Maybe not.
Maybe. All right, you go first this time.
Okay. Oh, I'm wrong. Holy cow. That's interesting. I picked Cool Ranch as my number 1.
Okay.
And Flamin' Hot as my least. Okay.
Okay.
And
well, I'm gonna keep it, pure because I could have cheated there, but I put Cool Ranch at the top and I put barbecue chips at the bottom.
so it's actually flipped from what you just said.
What?
Yeah.
No, dude. No, dude.
I've got to go see who voted for this because
Dude,
or how many people.
No, that is so unacceptable.
Barbecue chip is number 1 at 29%. And then
Whoa,
it's
it's tight.
Doritos regular at 26%.
Okay.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos at 26%. And Cool Ranch Doritos at 19%.
No, dude.
What question is this? I've got to go see how many people voted for this one because
Dude,
that's crazy.
that is beyond unacceptable.
This is question number 5.
Whoever you are, you should feel bad about yourself. You
Se-
should feel bad about yourself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Barbecue chips are just not even in the same planet as Cool Ranch.
Barbecue had 17 votes. So there's a decent amount of people voting here. And then it was 15 votes for regular Doritos, 11 votes for Cool Ranch, and 15 votes for Flamin' Hot Cheetos. That is an interesting spread there. So we both went nothing.
Oh my gosh. I'm still so upset about that.
Oh, here we go. Next one.
Dude, no, I can't. All right, whatever.
I can't believe Cool Ranch wasn't at the top. What? I don't know. Okay. Pick one fry. McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Arby's curly fry, or Rally's. So McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Arby's curly fry, or Rally's. Another hard one.
I mean, this is the question where I either go with. I can't go with what I think is great. I got to go with what other people think is.
Well, that's
good
the
or
whole.
bad.
Yeah, that's what you're doing the whole time.
I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing the whole time, but here's the thing: up until this point, it should have been pretty clear cut.
Yeah.
But now everything's out the window, I guess.
Well, and I will say this: depending on the age of the vote, some of the kids may have not been to rallies.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that. I'm taking that into account.
I'm ready.
All right, you are ready.
I'm doing it. Okay, I'll go
right.
first. McDonald's at the top.
You are correct.
Wow. Okay, thanks. Arby's last.
You are incorrect.
Dang it.
So I went with Chick-fil-A at the top, which I'm incorrect, and I went Rallies at the bottom, which I am correct.
Okay.
I gave you a nugget there. I knew Rallies was going to be the bottom, but it was very close. So
Yeah, but like I'm not gonna trust you, right?
I wasn't.
Game.
So we both got 1 point there. Well, here's the percentages. McDonald's was 43%, Chick-fil-A was
Dude.
42%, Arby's curly fry was 8%, and Rallies was 7%. So I guess one more vote.
I mean, these people need to go and try Rally's fries once.
Yeah.
Or even Arby's curly fries are so good. They're way better than Chick-fil-A. Like in my mind, Chick-fil-A's last on that list.
In my mind, Chick-fil-A is last on that list as well. I would agree with you. I think Chick-fil-A's fries are overrated, but it's more accessibility. Maybe they haven't.
I know.
Had the
Well,
other ones.
they've probably had Chick-fil-A so much more than they've had Arby's or Rally's. So whatever.
Yep. Okay. Next
God,
question.
you people are so wrong.
Just don't yell at our audience.
I will.
Okay. Sandwiches, and this is another one that maybe a lot of them haven't been to. I know I haven't been to. Well, I've been to all of them. Just kidding. Okay. Pick any sandwich from here: Subway, Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, or Penn Station. So Subway, Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's, or Penn Station.
Okay.
Oh man, this is going to be so difficult. I'm getting both of these wrong.
I'm definitely getting these wrong because I don't really go to sandwich places.
Yeah,
I just
right.
don't.
Okay, I've got it. This is going to be. I think this is going to be bad.
All right, you go first once you got it.
Okay, I picked Jimmy John's as number 1. Such a
Okay.
stupid. I did it though, and then Penn Station for last.
Ooh, I picked Penn Station for top. Jersey
Okay.
Mike's for last.
Number 1 is Jimmy John's at 46%. I
Dude.
got that one. And then
Come on.
number 2 is Jersey Mike's at 23%.
Dude, come on.
Penn Station at 16%, and Subway last at 14%.
You know what I picked out of those?
The middle.
What do you think? What do you think I picked?
What you would pick to eat?
What I picked on the poll.
Oh, I got you. I'm thinking Subway.
Yep, that's exactly what I picked.
Yeah.
And the only reason is I've gone there way more. So
Yeah.
like I know what it's like. Penn Station, their fries, insane.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
So good. But they're so expensive. Okay. I scored nothing on that. What's the points now? What do you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have eight
Dude,
correct.
I have 5. This is so bad.
Well, you have
3 more. Do I
So
even
6
have
more.
a chance?
you have 6 more. You have 6
All
more
right.
opportunities, but I have to really duff it here.
Yeah,
Okay.
you do.
The last 3 are a little bit less. Most people have had, I feel like, these things.
Okay.
So pick one chocolate: Reese's, Snickers, any Hershey's bar, or Kit Kat. Reese's, Snickers, any Hershey's bar, or Kit Kat. The top one's going to be hard.
Oh gosh, no, I can't go with what I think.
Yeah, you got to think about who is voting.
The audience, man.
Okay. All right. I will say mine first. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. I picked Reese's as number 1 and Kit Kat as the least.
Okay. I had. Is it Reese's? Reese's? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I had that number.
Do we
one.
need to have this argument? Okay.
Yeah, maybe. And then Snickers last is what I put.
Reese's 1 and Snickers last?
Yep.
Okay. It is Reese's at number 1 at 47%. So we both get a point for that. Reese's, not Reese's. Kit Kat at number 2. What? At 29%. Okay. Snickers at number 3 at 16%. And
Dang
Hershey's
it.
bar at
Dang
9%.
it. I had Hershey's. Oh, okay. You know what, audience? You got that one right. You got that one right. Okay?
I'm going to have to go through this and edit your volume down. He's just screaming. It's okay.
You got that one right. Okay. Hershey's, so overrated. I don't understand why anyone likes it. Okay.
Number 9.
Okay. Good job.
Pick one candy: Sour Patch Watermelon, Sour Patch Regular, Trolley Worms. Is it Trolley or Trolley?
I don't know.
Okay,
Pick
cool.
one. I think
Gummy Bears, any brand. Okay, I'll do it again. Sour Patch Watermelon, Sour Patch Regular, Trolley Worms, or Gummy Bears, any brand.
Dude, I actually have no concept of what people would like on this one.
I'm going to swing on this one.
I think. All right, I'm going to wait to say what I have to say until you're done.
I've already written mine down.
Okay. I think people tend to go for sour more. Now, maybe that's just me making up stuff, but I think sour is definitely going to be our winner here. So I'm going with watermelon at the top.
Okay.
Gummy bears last.
You are 100% correct. 2 points for Cole.
Let's go. Back in it, baby.
I put Trolley Worms at number 1 and Gummy Bears at last, so I got 1 point.
Oh, no. Wait.
That's why.
How many are you at?
Like 9 or 10. Yeah,
No,
I think you've
lost. I got to know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's important.
7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10.
Crap. Okay. Are we on the last one?
Yeah, well, let me do the order here and then we'll do the last one. So Sour Patch Watermelon, Sour Patch Regular, Trolley Worms, and Gummy Bears.
Interesting. Okay.
And the last question, which is the most boring question on here. This is the healthy one that I put on there. Pick one fruit. Apple, banana, strawberries, or pineapple. Dude. Apple, banana, strawberries, or pineapple.
All right. I think I have this one. Well, no. I feel conflicted on the top. I think... Good one. There we go. I think either strawberries or pineapple, but I'm going to go with strawberries, banana last. Strawberries first, banana last.
Good job, Cole. 100%. Strawberries number 1, banana is last.
Let's go. All right.
I didn't get it.
All right. Wait. Did you say you didn't get either of them?
I put apple as number 1 and strawberries last, so I got 0 points.
Dude, we're tied at 10 points each.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Son of a biscuit. Okay. I knew I was going to have to ask another question.
Yep.
I should have asked another question.
Yep.
Ah, the last, I was going to put this up last night because I knew we needed one more question. And then what I was going to put up last night was going to be, and we'll do this in a future episode, was going to be which of these Chex Mix pieces are your least and most favorite? So it would get the least anyways.
Oh, yeah.
The breadstick, the rye portion, the pretzel, or the Chex Mix portion. That's a good one. That'll be on the
That's
next
a really good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to start keeping track of our wins and losses and draws.
Okay, that'll be easy. So
Okay.
we got a tie. It's just okay. We got a tie. It's the
so
first way to
gross,
start.
though.
And there's no way to poll or do anything else unless we just like do rock paper scissors
You know what?
to break
I
the
think-
tie on this thing.
I think in the future, I'm going to start having a whiteboard in the background, and it's just going to be wins, losses, and draws.
Well, when we do the queso off, should I get like a queso belt and we'll just like and then we'll pass there a food
Yes.
belt whenever we do challenges?
Yes, we have to.
Yeah,
I
I did like a
this.
little
This is
commercial
exciting.
on the last episode explaining some of the new stuff coming to the podcast, and I don't know if you watched the last episode or not. Well, no, you haven't because it just posted this morning.
I was
But
about to say, I saw you posted it this morning.
Yeah, I've got to put it on it's on YouTube. It came up. I had it published at 8:00 this morning, which is kind of nice that you can just put that for later on. But some of the new stuff coming to the podcast is going to be, we're going to do a highlight section, which the highlight section I'm going to put up after I explain this. I was supposed to do this like 20 minutes ago, but we got into that game and really into it. But there's going to be a highlight section essentially where we're going to be highlighting an Instagram that we really like, or we want to support the creator, a YouTube channel that's really fun or enjoyable that we like, or a small business around Louisville that we want to support, or an athlete over at the gym. And there's just going to be like a little 2-minute section to highlight that person and to really just bring more recognition to them. That's going to be one portion, which I think will be a lot of fun. And then Cole and I are going to start doing challenges versus each other, just like this game on the podcast or off the podcast. And we'll talk about it. So I have a list
vlogging.
of them.
How about that?
Well, what we can do when we do those
film some
challenges
stuff.
or we go do stuff, we can film it and then we can
Yeah.
put it into the episode, which
That's
is
what I think we should do.
yeah, that's exactly what that's my mindset here on this. That's
That's
perfect. And then Lauren and I are going to be going to a new restaurant or a different restaurant once a month, and she's going to have like a 10 to 15 minute segment on an episode that I edit in as well. Just a bunch of new, fun, creative concepts to create good, fun content, and for us to also go do fun stuff. Because here's the nice thing about it: is when we go do these things and we got to spend money, Edge pays for it. Because it is content creation for marketing for the gym, and we get to have fun at the same time. It's a win-win situation.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we want to do, Edge pays for it, and we do it, and we put it on here. So stay tuned. Make sure it's just going to be more and more the whole year. This is the last of this season or this year, but it's just going to keep ramping up every single time because now I have a background that's light up that you can barely see because it's a little blurry because it's so light. So now I'm going to have to fix to make sure I'm going to have to paint this wall black is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to paint one section of the wall.
That would be such a dungeon. Yeah, I was about to say, do just one wall.
I'll keep this wall. I'll keep this side of the wall. I'll keep it lighter, and then that'll be darker.
Weirdly, one of the things I really enjoy in life is just painting like a wall. Like not like painting pictures or whatever, but like painting a wall.
Oh yeah, no, you
It's
talked
just
about
so
that.
satisfying.
Okay, to finish this episode off, even though we had a bunch more stuff to talk about, but I don't want this thing to be
There's
crazy.
a lot. I mean, we could talk about anything. We could talk about painting. You want to talk about painting?
No, I don't want to talk about painting.
Oh, okay. Well,
Painting episode. Okay, so that's all the new stuff coming up. The highlight. And for our first highlight, we have an Instagram page ran by Heather Bellew called Fueling a Southern Soul. It's a really, really good Instagram page. She does a bunch of cooking and baking and posts recipes up on her website that everyone can have access to. She's also a columnist for Kentucky Living Magazine, which is really, really cool. She's a good friend of ours, and she actually used to be a trainer over at the gym, a trainer and coach over at the gym. And I know I always get super excited during the holidays because she brings me a box of goodies, and her gingerbread cookies that she brings are phenomenal. I don't know if they've always been iced, but they're iced this year, and they're so good. But her gingerbread cookies are really good, and she's baked cakes for Edge parties before, and they're always really, really good, and everyone always raves about them. So be sure to go check out her Instagram page. And I know there's also another recipe that I want to try on her page that's maybe not as much a dessert, but it's these sushi bowls that she's posted more recently, and I really want to try that out as well. So if you want to try out any of her recipes or see her page, simply type in Fueling a Southern Soul on Instagram, or if you're on YouTube, I've got it linked in the description below. Thank you guys. Back to the episode. Boom, there it is. You got the highlight. Woo, there's a highlight. And there's the last part of this, we're going to do some TikToks. Now, I'm going to be honest.
TikToks.
There might be some technical difficulties here that I didn't realize was going to happen. So the audio may not be perfect, but you're still going to be able to hear it, and I will fix it for next time. It's my fault, but I'm really busy, and just stuff happens. So
How many of you all out there? This is to the audience. The audience.
You're really talking to the audience today.
Yeah, they deserve to be talked to. How many of you all out there have TikTok time late at night? I know it's all of you. Okay, so this is for you all. Okay, this is the curation of the random things that me and Brandon send to each other. He sends it at 9 p.m. I send it at 1 a.m. Right?
What is up with the siren always going on?
I don't know. I live right next to a fire station. So
okay.
Yeah, sorry. I know. It's really bad every time. But this is your all's TikTok feed. All right. This is what you are doing at midnight, scrolling when you should be going to sleep and getting 8 hours of sleep minimum. All right. So watch and enjoy.
TikTok time, TikTok time, TikTok. We need an audio, dude. We should have a that's exactly.
Yeah, we need a transition.
TikTok
slam
time.
that button.
It'll just be Cole doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and then also, sorry, there's one other thing before I've got to make sure I do this because I didn't do it at the beginning. If you notice in the beginning of this episode, there was a little different little intro, and that is because each episode as well, I'm gonna have an athlete do a voiceover if they want to be in the actual video.
Yeah.
They're going to do a voiceover, or they're going to do the intro. So the intro that today was done, the first one was done by an athlete I have over at the gym named Cam. So he did the intro. So every week it's going to be a different kid, just to just have fun. That's all it is. Fun.
And you know what? Cam gets a shout out from me. Cam, you're awesome.
Yeah, he did a good job. It's hard to get on the microphone. You put a microphone in someone's face, and he got up there and knocked it out of the park. So that'll be on every single episode. You have different intros. Here we go into, here's a transition. TikTok time, TikTok time. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw a trap beat under it. And just like TikTok time. We're going to do something crazy with it. All right. I'm excited.
That's your project. You need to get that done by the end of today.
I'm going to get working on
it. I'm not even kidding. I'm being dead serious. Okay, here we go.
I know. Yep, I got it. We're in.
Boom.
I'm in here, make sure I can bench 225. So, let's do this thing.
So I got cut off in the beginning there, but essentially what he does is he doesn't work out at all. He just goes to the gym once a month and sees if he can bench 225. So he doesn't even work out. And if you're just listening, he's just repping out 225 on a bench, and he looks like he's probably the same size as me, which is ridiculous.
That's pretty insane, dude.
Yep.
It's December, so we figured we'd do it yearly. Gonna squat and deadlift today too. Might as well.
Yeah, he's squatting 315 pounds. Yeah, 315 pounds.
No, I see the plates.
and he's deadlifting 405, and he power cleans 225.
Dude, that's not real. No. Come on, dude.
Next month when I bench 225 again.
Do you think
that's a joke, dude? Come on.
Do you think I just don't. I don't know. It's crazy.
Those aren't dummy plates. Like, it's not like he's just like messing with you.
No, he's definitely not. All right, I'm going to sprint to these relatively quickly. We'll have a little bit of conversation in between, but we're getting late on the episode, so I'm going to sprint.
We're fine.
Next one. Here we go. This is gonna make. There's a reason this is on here. I'm so excited for this.
What does the sports take that is controversial, but it really shouldn't be?
That professional sports would be better if all the athletes were juiced to the gills. You're going to sit here and tell me that the NFL blitz style wouldn't be better? It's awesome.
There's several reasons that I put that episode put that in this episode. I'm not going to explain one of them, but eventually I will, potentially. And the other reason is that last episode when we talked about steroids. If they were all juiced like everyone was on steroids in professional sports, there would be so many injuries. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're already moving so fast. There would be so many injuries. It would be crazy.
You know what? I'm proud of Brandon. He watched the World Cup. He watched the sporting event on his own. Dude, and that's unbelievable.
We definitely need to talk about the World Cup real quick. That game was insane. If you didn't watch it, I'm sorry.
Unbelievable.
As a live event and just sitting there, and it was so good. And I feel like
there's nothing else to describe it besides it was just probably one of the most amazing soccer games I've ever seen.
It was.
I don't like soccer. I don't like watching soccer at all. But man, that was
the results were exactly what I wanted to. Messi won. I mean, that's what we wanted. Like Mbappe is awesome. He's really cool. He's younger. He can get his another World Cup later on. He's already has one.
He already won.
Yeah,
last time.
He can do it
4 years
again.
ago. Yeah,
he can definitely do it again. Okay, here we go. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Beast.
I have
True.
everything I need in here. My bed, my work computer, little bench press to get exercise in, toilet and a shower, and that's my closet.
What about in terms of like what you wear? Do you do like a Steve Jobs thing? with
No,
your-
I just throw on random things. Speaking of Steve Jobs, I was on the cover of Rolling Stone recently, which who cares about magazines, whatever. But Steve Jobs was also on the cover of Rolling Stone, so I'm getting this blown up to be the same size as this, so I can have like just matching posters of us both on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Okay. Mr.
He's
Beast.
such a legend.
Yeah, and it's not that video is anything astounding, but I just wanted to pull something up to just put him in because he's so cool. And just like,
He's just a guy too, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like people get blown out of proportion. But every time, like, I see him in one of these type of interactions, I'm like, oh, he's just a person,
yeah,
you know?
When he's talked on, like he did like a little podcast tour and he was talking about
Yeah,
his
yeah.
come up and all that. I mean, his whole story is crazy cool. He's such like a minimalist too. He puts like so much money back into his videos.
Yeah.
He lives in just like that small little shack, yet he's worth millions of dollars.
Mhm.
And he's just a really cool guy. I mean, we could go down a whole rabbit hole of some of his
Yeah.
conversations that I really appreciate. And I've gotten some creative concepts off of what he does because he does it so well. I like Mr. Beast a lot. I'd never really watched any of his videos though, but I like Mr. Beast.
That's what I was just about to say. I've seen 3 or 4 Mr. Beast videos.
Yeah.
That's it. And I know, I don't even know. Like, I don't know if it's like skewed toward me or not skewed toward me, or like if I like them or not. I don't know. He definitely does what he does really, really well. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't tend to click on him as much.
I haven't watched a lot of his videos. I mean, I've definitely watched some, but a handful of them, and he does a really good job. But one of the crazy things that he did is that now he has his videos translated into other languages. So then he has so much.
Smart.
So now the people that don't speak English, they can also watch his videos, which is crazy cool, which is a really good idea. I don't know if he's the first person to do that, but I actually asked some of the kids over at the gym, I was like, when's the last time you guys have watched a Mr. Beast video? And at the age that you think would be watching them, especially young boys, 10 to 13 or whatever, they're like, yeah, I haven't watched one in forever. I was like, well, then who's watching his videos?
Dude, I don't know. I really, really don't know.
Yeah, and it's not as bashing him at all, but it's just like, I don't want,
No, I don't know who's watching his videos, but he gets millions and millions, like tens of millions of views every video.
Yeah, if he doesn't get that, it's a failure for him.
True.
This is a podcast on top of a podcast.
About plot holes in Harry Potter.
Not interested.
Not interested.
There's no plot holes in Harry Potter.
Okay, well that's
we talked about one.
though. There are quite a few.
One, and I feel like I've talked to you about this before, but when Harry Potter and all his little buddies, the Order of the Phoenix, come to his house, and they all take the Hubblecrup. What is it called? Polyjuice Potion. I like Hubblecrup. And they all turn into Harry Potter. Why couldn't Harry Potter just turned into somebody else?
Listen, it's just that's not a plot hole. That's just
it's
bad
stupid.
strategizing.
It's silly. About plot holes in it.
Yeah, that's not a plot hole. She's right. I mean, it's stupid and bad strategizing, but not a plot hole.
Yeah, they could have just turned him.
Yeah,
into,
that would have been way smarter.
And then when you do, how many Harrys were there? And they're going to always keep attacking that Harry. So it actually put everyone out at a much higher risk.
Oh, yeah.
than just changing him into something else.
Yep, definitely.
But it was a cool little concept. It was a cool little concept. Now, this one, this TikTok, I'm not going to play the audio of it. I'm going to do the audio myself because the audio is really annoying and I just going to do it myself. That's it. Here we go.
I'm excited for this. Okay. I don't know what this means.
You can't even see it. Which Mandela effect freaks you out the most and why?
Dude, these are always crazy to me.
Okay. I'm going to screen share it, but I'm not going to play the audio, like I said. So then everyone that is watching can also see the images that they pull up, the images they pull up for this. So here we go. So you can still see the same thing. Boom. You can see that, correct? All right, here we go. Fruit of the Loom doesn't have a cornucopia in the background. Do you remember it with the cornucopia in the background?
It has one. It definitely had
doesn't.
one.
Nope.
I
There's
know.
no fruit.
I
It's
know.
not there.
I know. Quit
which-
telling me that.
Quit yelling.
No. You're going to have to edit this. Sorry.
Comment in the sections below if Cole needs to stop yelling. I'm just kidding. The fact that Febreze, not
this
Febreze, gets me. So essentially,
Febreze.
yeah, it's not F-E-B-R-E-E-Z-E. It's F-E-B-R-E-Z-E.
Yep. And that's weird. I hate that so much.
The Monopoly Man does not have a monocle.
That one's not as weird to me. I feel like you can just kind of make that in your head.
Yeah. All right, the next one. Maybe I should have played the audio. He would have done a lot better job than I'm doing. Fruit Loops changed to Fruit Loops, then back to Fruit Loops. So if you look at Fruit Loops, it's spelled F-R-U-I-T, but it's actually spelled F-R-O-O-T. Correct?
I feel like, see, I don't know. I don't know which one's right.
All right, we need the guy.
Then back to Fruit Loops. Avril Lavigne.
This is why.
Avril Lavigne.
No, go back.
Loops. Then back to.
Here we go. Okay.
Fruit Loops changed to Fruit Loops. Then back to Fruit Loops.
That's why I didn't want to do the audio, because he's really annoying.
It is annoying.
I'm going to skip that one because I don't even know.
That one.
Yeah, I don't know. That one. Now, this is the one I wanted to get
Dude,
to.
this I think is just wrong. I'm almost certain this is just wrong.
I'm going to play his audio on this one. So here we go.
Take My Strong Hand from the Scary Movie franchise. I know he said it. Me and my friends would quote it at each other during school. Multiple other friends have the same memories, but went to different schools. So I know it's not just my friendship group that go it wrong.
He definitely said that. He definitely did. You can't. No, he said that. Okay. He said it.
I'm on the same page as you. I 100% am on the same page as you.
Did we fact check this?
No.
Are we just spreading lies?
Well, if we got to fact check stuff, you're gonna have to take on another role. All right, Cole, you're the fact checker, and you're going to be creating. So you've got 2 new jobs after this episode: fact checker, and you have to create a TikTok jingle for us to transition into TikToks.
Easy,
TikTok,
easy.
TikTok.
You're gonna get it's gonna be like. Have you ever heard of the Google music maker thing? Have you ever heard of that?
Maybe, but I'm not.
It's just kids can get on it and make a beat or whatever. I'm gonna be using that.
All right. Fair enough.
Really dumb.
We have 2 more videos, ladies and gentlemen. Last 2. Boom, boom, ba-dum. No, we have. Yeah, we're gonna do 2. I'm gonna skip that one. This one, I'm gonna do this. This is gonna be done. Sorry. Boom. Okay, got it.
I like this one. I think.
Take your kid on an adventure that ends in real buried treasure. You want to start early, years early. Ideally, you have a newborn in your life, and you're an aunt, you're an uncle, you're a parent, whatever. Congratulations, by the way. Babies are great. Go to AC Moore, buy yourself a wooden treasure chest. They sell them. They're easy to find. Decorate it so that it looks as real as possible. Put in $20 to $30 worth of nickels. Find a good safe spot, bury it, make a treasure map leading up to it. Decorate the treasure map, put it in a frame, hang it on their wall. Drop hints every now and then that it might be a real treasure map. Then when they're old enough, 5 or 6 years old, they will take you on an adventure that will end in real buried treasure.
That's so cool.
That's so sick. Oh my God. If that happened to me as a kid, man, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's that would be really cool. I would definitely that's such a good idea. If you I mean, you could expand that in so many ways, in the sense of okay, how am I giving out the clues to them? How am I doing this and things along those lines, and see how long until they get it. It would be just it's just a cool dad move. Maybe. Oh no! Now you know. I was gonna say maybe I can do something like that to you. Now you know. I just give you a treasure map picture for Christmas, and then you're like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me!"
I do like this, actually.
Maybe we shouldn't tell Lauren and Aaron to listen to this episode. Just don't listen to it, and then we'll give them both a treasure map. That's really cool. We'll give them both the same treasure map for Christmas. I'll create it, and then we could do it for Christmas.
I like this.
They're like, what is this? I'm like, I don't know. Santa brought it. Actually, I lied. We have 2 more because we're gonna This is a good one, and this goes right back on the piggybacks off the one we just watched. If you're just watching, it says my grandpa has a Narnia library, and he's opening up a closet. I edited this a little bit, so it wasn't as... And he walks in, and he has this cool little room that's hidden in the closet.
Yeah, that's so hype. That's so pretty.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I bring that up is because I always had this running joke over at the gym that sometimes I'll bring up and use. I don't know if I've said this to you before. If I had an obscene amount of money, just an insane amount of money, like billions of dollars, when I have a kid, I would try to convince them that I'm actually Batman. So I would buy a crazy mansion. I would create a bat cave, and I would have hidden doors like that where you go into the bat cave and it goes down into an elevator. I'd have a Batmobile, but I wouldn't really show them that I have a Batmobile or any of those things. They would eventually just kind of find it, and that would be what I would do.
So are you gonna like also go out at night and get beat up?
No.
A bunch of bruises, and then wake up late, and then
the same thing that you. Would I want to be Bruce? If I have to be Batman, I don't want to be Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, see, there's the problem. That would be crazy. You really just want to mess up your kid.
Yeah, just mess them up. Or the other joke, and I don't know if I said this on the podcast. If I had a superpower in which my ability was when I'm existing inside of a building or a home, there is a secret basement that exists underneath of the building or home. So, for example, let's say I walked into Cole's house and he doesn't have a basement. Because I'm there and I exist there, there is a basement and it's a secret. So again, with the kids, instead of doing the whole Batman thing, actually have a basement to your house, but don't ever tell them it exists until later on.
God, that's so weird. You'd have to
In fact, you'd have to have a false door and then just try to make sure they never know there's a basement.
Well, but then when they find it, it can't just be like your storage basement.
No.
Like,
It would have to be like
something cool.
like a cool game room. Yeah. If not, then it's just creepy. All right, next one. This is the last one. This one's just goofy and fun. If you're just watching as a guy at Golf, and are you just listening?
What the? What?
You know how bad that would hurt? So if you're just listening, there's a guy at Topgolf and he hits a ball. I'll play it again here in a second. He hits a ball, and when he hits a ball, it ends up hitting one of the sticks, the poles, the flag poles, and it comes right back to him, and he goes to bend down to pick it up, and it smacks him right in the forehead. And do you hear the sound of that hitting his skull, basically? That would hurt so bad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, golf balls, they're no joke, man. Especially like the velocity that a golf ball is hit at is way too fast.
Maybe we'll have to do one of our challenges. We'll go to Topgolf and we'll play.
Yeah, whenever it's available, which is never.
Yeah, you just have to get it. You could go during the week. Well, right now it's not going to be that way because all the kids are on vacation. Yeah. My last little nugget to give everyone on this episode, and it goes along with TikToks, and we did this the other day. If you ever want to do a simple and fun game with your friends that can definitely get a little interesting, is just when you're sitting around hanging out, just swiping your screen and watching TikToks by yourself. Instead, swipe with your friends when you're hanging out. And what you do is you pick 10 things that you swipe on. So you have 10 swipes, and then you vote who has the best feed, like we did the other day. Mm-hmm. That's a fun little thing that we did. And it can definitely out you on what is your feed and what is not your feed on TikTok based on the algorithm of what you watch.
Mine was obviously the worst, which is rather unfortunate. That's okay. I'm just so pigeonholed. I'm pigeonholed into like political TikTok right now, and it bothers me so much. The last week since we've done that, I've been hitting not interested on so many TikToks, and it's still so bad. It is so bad. So
Cole was sending me some TikToks to put on the podcast, and one of the ones that popped up, and it made me smile. And one of the ones that popped up was a political one, but it was talking about, it was in Ireland where they're letting Santa Claus go through their air zone.
Yes.
And I'm like, Cole has such political TikToks that he has TikToks popping up that are about Santa in a political situation. I was like, that's unbelievable how pigeonholed you are.
That one was so adorable though.
That was pretty good.
Like,
all right.
Can we do that here? Anyways, all right, that's it.
That's it. In the episode. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Happy
Christmas
New
is already
Year,
over when this is
yes.
over. And
Merry Christmas.
get Merry Christmas and get excited for new episodes, new concepts, new ideas. Here we go.